Guys, what is going on? Guys, what a couple of days it has been, guys. What a couple of days it has been. Guys, we hit 18K on Saturday. Guys, we just hit 20K this morning. Guys, look at that. Guys, we did it. We did it, guys. Guys, our goal was 20K by the end of the year. Guys, man, we just busted that goal wide open, guys. Look at that. Guys, and we're actually on the road to 21K right now. So, guys, thanks to all you guys for your support. I'm going to drop the link in the Discord first. And then right before we go, members only, guys, we will I'll drop the StreamYard link in the chat. So, guys, thanks to all you guys, man. I appreciate that, Guys, things are going really well with the channel, and guys, once again, now that summer's going to be over, you guys are going to see more people in the lives and it's whatever. So all you mods, just make sure that that you monitor things, guys. Monitor things in the Discord also. Drew L, hey, thanks for becoming a member, pal. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for the support, guys. Let me see. Poor Man's Gold's here. Keyshawn's here. Oh yeah, Keyshawn. We're gonna look at Andrew Wilson destroying Cornell West's stupid behind that homeless looking moron, and Anna Kasparian and Destiny. Steve, what's up, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Red Door's here. Let me see. Korg, what's up, man? How you doing?
Dude, if I were doing any better, I wouldn't be able to stand myself.
Hey, Korg, you want to break some news?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, let's look at some news stories, guys. Let's do this. Hey, guys, remember this? Hold on.
A Fox 45 investigation has uncovered yet another stunning failure in Baltimore City Public Schools when it comes to academic outcomes. As Project Baltimore's Chris Phapps explains, despite a dramatic increase in funding, we found one city high school that has not had a single student test proficient in math in 4 years.
Look at that, guys. Isn't it funny how the Democrats just think that they can just throw money at a problem, guys? Isn't it funny they spent more money and nothing changed? Gee, could it be that maybe, that is culture and people's decisions, right? Could it be that Baltimore has a lot of B-dubs bringing their bastard kids just to school, and then woke, indoctrinated teachers acting stupid? Oh, yeah, guys, Red Door says she used to live in Baltimore. She got the hell out of there. She said, look at that.
Carl Stokes is a former Baltimore City Council member and charter school operator.
You're shaking your head.
Well, of course. I mean, how long have we been talking about this?
Stokes.
These students are in need.
For years.
They just can't miss a third of the school year.
Has been speaking out against the lack of education.
Upstairs is corrupt.
For many students in Baltimore City Public Schools.
You guys, put a 1 if you advocate for school choice, right? Guys, I'm all for it. Charter schools, school choice, Look at that.
And they do a horrible job.
Now, Stokes is responding to what Fox 45 discovered in the recently released results for the state test known as MCAP, the Maryland Comprehensive Assessment Program.
That school should be closed.
Achievement Academy at Harbor City is a high school in Northeast Baltimore. According to MCAP data analyzed by Project Baltimore, Achievement Academy has not had a single student test proficient in math in 4 years. Over the last 4 school years, 134 students at the school have taken the state math exams.
Look at that.
Not one scored proficient.
Damn.
The leadership is worthless, pretty much. They are failing their mission. They are failing the students.
City Schools on its website defines Achievement Academy as an alternative placement school for students who struggle in traditional academic settings. The school's vision, according to its website, is to cultivate lifelong learners.
He says, how is this possible? Because of Baltimore. Guys, parts of Baltimore look like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Straight up, dude. I'm not even lying. Absolutely insane. Look at that.
Productive citizens. And the school gets a lot of your money to achieve that vision. According to state data in 2021, Achievement Academy received more than $20,000 for each one of its 300.
Look at that, $20,000.
72 students. By 2024, Achievement had an enrollment of 202.
Look at that.
And received more than $42,000 per student.
So their funding doubled, and they still can't do math. Guys, look at that. These people who just want to throw taxpayers' dollars away, they actually think that they can buy their way out of this problem. Absolutely insane. Hold on, man. Hold on.
70 fewer students and doubled the funding.
Yeah. Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yep. Look at that.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Look at that.
In other words, over those 4 school years, Achievement Academy's per student funding more than doubled. And still, not one student over those years tested proficient in math.
When you look at a school like Achievement Academy, and you look at the amount of money it's getting,
Sure.
and the education the students apparently aren't getting, who do you hold accountable?
Yeah, whole leadership. So you start with North Avenue headquarters. You begin with that leadership from superintendent, CEO, and her cabinet, and then the local school leadership.
Yeah.
Achievement Academy's principal
That's the only way to do it.
school year was Kristen Taylor, who's been with City Schools for
Of course,
19 years.
Of course.
According to City Schools' 2024 employee database, Taylor made nearly $150,000 in total earnings.
Can you imagine, guys, working for a company or a corporation? You're getting paid $150,000 a year, and your company's failing at all levels. Look at that.
Fox 45 requested an interview with City Schools to discuss math scores at Achievement Academy. The district declined. And
Of course
instead
they did.
Sent a
Of course.
statement which does not even mention student out.
Guys, here, let's see if I can get this one story. It might have changed. Hold on. This is evening news. Can't do that. Okay, so guys, here we go. We talked about people getting fired for Charlie Kirk's comments for disparaging his death. Guys, now there's people that actually are like, they don't understand that your workplace can fire you. And there's all these news places saying, guess what, everyone? Breaking news. You can get fired for stuff you put on the internet. You think?
Have followed Kirk's death. Many people have taken to social media, some expressing remorse. Others are taking a different tone, leading to some employees losing their jobs. Well, now Ohio State University's Wexner Medical Center is investigating one employee's social media post. We thank you for joining us for NBC4 at 5.
Oh, homegirl on the left can, she can get it, I leave the lights on.
She's like all these babes. They're pilot lit. They can suck start a leaf blower.
And I'm Jennifer Bullock.
I'm Jared Smalley. So where does the First Amendment's freedom of speech protections apply to social media posts? NBC.
how is this even a conversation that we need to have, right?
Because we don't teach civics anymore.
But it's not even about that, though. It's you err on the side of caution. Guys, if you like your job, keep your opinions to yourself.
But the problem is for the last 25 years, everybody has been told you need to speak up. You need to be open, and everybody needs to accept that. And I knew it was going to backfire, and we're finally there.
Yep. And once again, from 2016 on, this cancel culture that they were always trying to, the conservatives are wrong, and there's not real cancel culture. It's just holding people accountable. Now it's backfiring on them, right? And guys, what do we hear when we're laughing at them? All of a sudden, it's,
how dare you?
Of course, Kyle Beachy joins now. He talked to 2 law experts. What'd you find out?
Well, they told me that it really depends on your employer, whether it's a private sector job or a public sector job or maybe a government job. But either way, Ohio is an at-will state. So if your employer doesn't like something you've said online, you could be in trouble.
You're cooked. Because you represent that company. You represent that corporation. It's not good that if you're a hospital and you're a doctor, you can be one of the most profitable surgeons or doctors that they have. But if you're saying stuff about deleting a world leader or diddling kids or any crazy stuff, they're going to have to fire you because it looks bad on the hospital or on the corporation or on the company. That's just how it works. Now, hold on, guys. Hold on. Kirk, here, cook with me.
Yep.
Did you see the whole Gina Carano thing?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
But did you see that she won her case against Disney?
Yes.
So, Gina Carano.
Can I interject something?
Yeah.
She was getting fried, but Pablo, what's his name, was getting lauded for saying the equivalent.
Yes, she got fired when that Pablo guy, and then the one chick, the Shuri Black Panther actress.
Oh, right.
She was saying all types of crazy stuff and didn't get fired. She was saying all kinds of foolishness. And Gina Carano said, how are you going to fire me? But then have these people say all kinds of craziness. And that showed that was an unjust termination. So Solomon Grundy, what's up, dude? Thanks for the $10. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for that, man.
You are scaring the hoes.
Generally, the court has said that even hateful speech is protected.
Speech protected from prosecution doesn't mean it's protected from consequences.
Yep, that's true.
Most employment in the United States is at will, which means that you can be terminated or you can quit for any reason at all. So long as that reason isn't discriminatory or in violation of public policy.
Every day since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there have been reports of people being fired for things they say online.
Yep.
Now, Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center tells NBC4 it is, quote, aware of a matter and are following our established review process. This after an employee's social media post was reported.
Most employers today consider their employees to continue being representatives of the employer, even when they're not at work.
Attorney Darcy Hollandani's been at Porter Wright in Columbus for 15 years working on employment law. She says most employers have social media policies in place, but even if an employer doesn't have a policy, one social media post could get you fired.
If they post things on their social media pages that would interfere with their ability to do their job or have the public believe that they can do their job fairly, that could be something that could be a grounds for termination.
Dan Coble at Capital Law School teaches constitutional law. He says where the line can be crossed is if government interferes with employment.
Yeah,
if J.D. Vance is urging a particular employer to terminate someone and they feel impelled to do it in order to curry favor with the current administration, then that could be subject to First Amendment constraints.
Think closely before or you post about any kind of a sensitive or controversial topic.
Yeah.
I did look at Ohio State's social media policy. It states that personal social media is permitted, but it must comply with their professional expectations. And those require employees to, quote, act professionally and civilly in all interactions, including online.
Yep. And guys, that's what most places ask people to do, right? Don't act like a moron online. You know? Look at that. Here.
So obviously, I'm sure you've heard the news about Charlie Kirk being viciously killed yesterday. And in light of that, a lot of people have taken to social media sharing their opinions about it. You know, he was a polarizing figure, so some people feel differently about his death. And so a lot of people have taken to social media, as I said, and today we've seen multiple people who've been fired from their jobs as a result of their comments about Charlie Kirk. One being a Carolina Panthers social media person. He was fired for comments that he made on his personal Instagram account. There was an MSNBC political commentator who was fired for things that he said
in both of those guys
on air about this. So I was hoping to speak to an attorney just about, you know, what is the, you know, legality behind these terminations? You know, what are workers?
What kind of ghetto news station is this? Homeboy's in his car and not on his phone.
Rights? What are employers' rights when it comes to, you know, deciding what's unacceptable for their employees to post online? So would you be able to tell me, we're hearing that as an attorney, what are your thoughts on these terminations?
So I can't comment on the particulars of any termination, but I will tell you that in North Carolina, most employees are at will. And that means that your employee.
Lenny said TikTok news.
Can fire you at any time for any reason or no reason, right? So, you know, you expressing any opinion on social media that doesn't align with your company in general, there's not going to be any recourse for a termination. Now, obviously, there are some exceptions.
In other words, you are cooked, right? Cooked. You know, Snowbird, are you surprised by any of this?
No, it's the same people who during the cough
yeah
would also be very similar, behave similarly. You know what I mean? Just really kind of no class or disrespect, but like I make fun of people like the United Healthcare guy who died and stuff. Like I honestly don't really care about him that much, but there's a right and wrong way to mock people and stuff and a timing and stuff to it.
But Snowball, here's the thing. Don't
these
you
people
work for
were
yourself,
using
though?
his death to get attention.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
I get a lot of freedom.
Yes, you got a lot of freedom. Guys, please code your language and no swearing in the chat, please. And guys, here, let's, of course, I had to do an actual 304 story, guys. Hey, guys, what do I say about 304s who run for office, right? Right? Guys,
a woman in politics is like a donkey doing calculus.
Never, ever elect 304s. Equilibrium, you can, it might be a fact, but just code the language, guys. Put J3WS and not the actual word, dude. Guys, YouTube, the algorithm is on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? Guys, if I ask you to code your language, it's not that I'm trying to censor you. It's that the YouTube algorithm will take the stream down. Like I said, guys, the quarterings got, Better Bachelors got, Poor Man's Podcast, who doesn't even go live much. He was live like 2 weeks ago. He got. They took his live down. Guys, if you want to keep the lives going, just please follow the rules, guys. I don't ask for much. You know what I'm saying? I just really, we should be able to express our views and outwit the algorithm at the same time. All you guys are intelligent. You're clever. YouTube's the coyote, and we're the road runner.
Let me summarize it for you, AJ. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, all you guys in the chat, listen and understand. The YouTube algorithm is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it will absolutely will not stop ever until AJ gets got.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And guys, back when I first started the channel, I used to have lives taken down. We used to have lives stopped, and I've had a couple of strikes, and I've got demonetized like twice. But that was in my first year and a half, so I haven't had any of that happen since. And we've covered some pretty dicey topics, guys. So I think the formula that we have over here is doing really, 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 really good, you know, especially as the channel gets bigger and then we manage to still talk about some kind of dicier topics. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, but look at this.
Circle the wagons.
Never, ever elect 304s. Ever, guys. And this is the reason why.
He calls for a Valley School Board member to resign for
Man, she can get it too. Look at this chick on the left.
You're on a roll again.
I know, dude. Let's go. Let's go, man. How you doing?
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that.
Nice. Titties make you want to stand up and beg for buttermilk.
meaning and cruel comments against a district employee.
Parents and that's another thing.
School district
Women
tonight's meeting.
used to look so good wearing a floral outfit.
Yeah,
I would call that. It's not really that great. A floral. That is a classic look that always looks good on a woman. Is some type of floral outfit. They never wear them anymore, ever.
Well, but now they all get 700 pounds, and they wear these floral muumuus. You know what I'm saying? That's the only floral thing that they wear.
A parachute. Yeah. You know why they wear a muumuu? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what a cow wears.
They're sitting there. They're walking through Walmart, guys.
Demanding that board member and state senator Karen Warner step down.
12 News journalist Chase Golightly is joining us now out at Coronado High
what's
School
his name?
where this
Just
was held. And
Golightly?
Chase, what did Senator Warner have to say about those allegations?
Well, Caribe, Senator Warner didn't attend tonight's school board meeting. A district official telling me that she was supposed to attend, but at the last minute canceled. And that made everyone inside who was speaking out tonight even more frustrated, demanding that not only she make a public apology, but also resign.
At a place where bullying shouldn't be accepted.
Personal attacks have no place in this setting.
Guys, wait till you hear what you did. Watch.
Scottsdale Unified School District Governing Board member and State Senator Karen Warner is accused of doing just that.
This looks like a Karen, right?
I don't even understand how she could be a sitting state senator. She's unfit to serve.
And now, dude, this is Karen on Karen action. Look at this shit. I just can't
I was gonna say she's a Karen.
I can't believe it. Guys, when you have two Karens going at it,
ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble.
Those comments by Warner made during the last public meeting in August when a district employee was giving a presentation on nutrition services. Warner, who appeared virtually, may have meant to have her microphone on mute, but instead, people claimed they heard her say, quote, "This is what I have to listen to. She's nutrition services, and she's like morbidly obese."
Let's go.
Nice. Nice.
Instead, people claimed they heard her say, quote, "This is what I have to listen to. She's nutrition services, and she's like morbidly obese." This is the audio.
She said, who's this chick walking up to the podium? Look at that.
From that meeting.
Call that SEC will do whatever it takes to make it happen. A little chat here, a little visionary thinking there, and suddenly.
Oh, you guys hear it? You guys hear her say it?
Yeah.
In the background? Look at it.
A little chat here, a little visionary thinking there, and suddenly.
Leading to several parents and students demanding action be taken at Tuesday's meeting against Warner for those comments.
As a student of SUSD, I'm equally ashamed and appalled by your actions.
Oh, please.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
please. How dare you?
This is virtue signaling. Because even though I'm like 110 pounds, you know, there's some fat people out there who weren't even in the room who you somehow offended.
How dare you? Regardless of the context, your words were inappropriate, demeaning, and cruel.
Bullying tactics and derogatory language are unacceptable.
Look at this.
And tear these institutions apart.
Even before the meeting, a rally was held calling on her to apologize
Oh
and
my
resign.
God.
It's offensive because if you're in the school system, is that what you're teaching our children?
It is a mean girl attitude. Her actions are deplorable.
And that's what all of you guys are. You just found a target. Guys, this is Karen on Karen action. Guys, this has nothing to do with us. And guys, this is why us men will always win, guys. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. This is why we're always going to win. Is because the wokes and the morons like this eat themselves. Ancient Youth, what's up? Rated R, what's going on? Neon's here. Ken's here. There was someone else that I missed. Whiteout's here. Jay, what's up, man?
And she needs to be held responsible.
Do you think she's going to actually be here in person at this meeting tonight?
I sure hope so. I mean, I don't know what reason
You think a woman's gonna face the music, please?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
have not to be.
But Werner didn't attend, virtually or in person. Her seat empty.
Her name tag is there, so I'm assuming she planned on attending.
That I came to the meeting to address it face to face, and she's not even here.
While Werner didn't address the comments, Governing Board Vice President Mike Sharkey did, saying it does not reflect the ethic codes board members are supposed to abide by.
I do not condone the conduct of the board member, given what I heard at the board meeting on August 5th. I know what I heard, but only the speaker can know why she said what she said.
Chase, clearly a lot of
guys. Look at this last thing here, guys. Look.
Come on.
Okay, Tucson council members post on Charlie Kirk's murder spurred death. Guys, what do you think this dunderhead looks like? Come on, dude. Watch.
Monica, Ward 1 City Councilwoman Lane Santa Cruz is at the center of controversy tonight for comments she made on social media, on Instagram, after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. She made 2 posts Wednesday as Instagram stories, which get deleted after a few hours.
I told you. Of course, guys. Did you expect anything else, guys? Did you expect anything else?
Hours. The first post.
Look, she didn't even spell karma right.
She misspelled the word karma. And it was followed by you know, and in Spanish, she wrote Diosito te maldiga, which translates to God curse you. The other post shared was an out-of-context quote of Charlie Kirk talking about not liking the word empathy and it being a new age word that he claimed caused a lot of damage. We've heard from a lot of you that found these posts disrespectful and concerning from an elected official. I have emailed and called Lane Santa Cruz's office. She had just issued a response on Facebook saying that her posts were being taken out of
look at this thing right here. Ugh.
context to portray it as if she supported the assassination of Charlie Kirk. She says that is not true, and that she denounces gun violence in all of its forms. But a lot of folks, again, were very upset by what she posted.
I'd be mad too.
Some of them are telling me now they don't buy that it was taken out of context. I spoke with Kathleen Wynn, who leads the Pima County GOP, and she was personal friends with Charlie Kirk.
She's just immature and she's nasty and she doesn't represent how I feel. You know, Charlie was so intelligent and so kind and so respectful. And she was the antithesis of that this morning. That's how it occurred to me.
And guys, all this is just giving local Republican and GOP lawmakers a layup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're all capitalizing on all this.
And I asked the mayor and every member of the Tucson City Council today for comment about Lane Santa Cruz's posts. I just received a response from Mayor Rahita Romero. She did not address Cruz's posts directly, but gave me a general statement about denouncing gun violence. I have not heard back from Councilman Kevin Dahl or Rocky Perez. Karen Olick didn't want to give any comments, but told me Santa Cruz is responsible.
Form says that's Crema for you.
For her own statements. I did hear back from council members Paul Cunningham and Nikki Lee. Cunningham told me, quote, no elected official should be celebrating someone murdered. Lee sent me a lengthy statement, which reads, in part, every member of our community is entitled to their First Amendment right to speak. It is important to understand that unless an action is taken by the governing body as a whole, the individual statements of council members, including mine, do not represent the official voice of the city council. This moment should not divide us further. It should be a reminder of how urgently we need to turn down the...
Well, guys, I'm going to follow this one because I hope that this dunderhead gets fired. Absolutely insane. Okay. I don't even... Maybe I'll do a whole special on Knucklehead Omar trying to talk about Charlie Kirk, man. They should deport that dunderhead anyways. So, guys, Andrew Wilson was on Piers Morgan, right? And not only does this knucklehead Cornel West, he's on here. And guys, what is Cornel West good for? Korg, how long have we had to endure this dunderhead?
Yeah.
On the right. This homeless-looking goofball, right? He's just an absolute... Huh?
I didn't know anything about him except his name would pop up all the time, and I knew what he looked like. And so I looked him up the other day. This guy does not have a clean background.
Not at all. He's an idiot.
No.
And he's a professor.
He's like a college token black guy. That's why people like him.
No. He's a Harvard professor that actually managed to, like, you know, he got the grades and all that other stuff, but he's carved out his niche as this political commentator of revolution and all, and like he tried to run for president and stuff. They just bring him up to just perpetuate this victim narrative.
Yeah, he's like a hack leftist Thomas Sowell wannabe.
Well, you know what's
exactly what he is.
Worse.
No. Thomas Sowell is doesn't really get into politics. He just states the facts. Thomas Sowell is one of the most based individuals that's ever lived. I would never ever mention Thomas Sowell and this idiot in the same thing. Thomas Sowell is one of the smartest men who's ever lived, and anyone that disagrees, I would say, guys, put a 1 if you agree with Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell's a litmus test.
Yeah.
Because if you watch his stuff and the way that he explains things, if you don't get it, you're just a moron. Like, and I don't say that about a lot of people, but the way that he spells things out and makes arguments and stuff, because he's an expert at what he does. The only way that people disagree with Thomas Sowell is because it doesn't make them feel good, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This dunderhead here, and I'm pointing at my monitor like you guys can see me do it. He is like he's trying to pick up the baton from like Jesse Jackson or something. He's just so horrible.
Yeah.
He's trying to he apparently believes or tries to convey that he's this anti-capitalist.
Yes.
And apparently this guy is hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and doesn't like paying his bills.
Yeah.
He's got tons of baby mamas. He's just
but all of these revolutionary types do, right? Because all these revolutionary types, they're like cult leaders where they're like, yeah, we're gonna start the revolution, or we're gonna start our own religion, but I get to bang all the chicks. That's all this is. That's all this is. If he's tearing down the hierarchies, it's because there's guys that are smarter than him, more accomplished than him, and they could beat the crap out of him, right? Or should have. But he's trying to say all of that's part of the white supremacist patriarchy. Absolutely insane, guys. Guys, once again, guys, we did it, guys. We're at 20K already. Guys, I can't believe that we went from 18K on Saturday to over 20K today, guys. You know, once again, guys, thanks for your support. Thanks for that. Guys, we will keep this thing going, guys. We'll do 5 minutes left in the chat for everyone, and then we will go members only. So, guys, hit the join button or the link in the description to join, or I'll drop the StreamYard link, guys, or you can call in if you want to participate, because I can't stand this guy. and he's looked homeless his entire life, right? And all he does is come out of nowhere, and we got to talk about building these systems, brother. And we got to talk about the white supremacy, brother. Shut up. Guys. He's never accomplished anything in his life. Every time that I see this guy here.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
He's never accomplished anything. Andrew Wilson has accomplished more in his like 3.5 years of being on the internet than this dunderhead ever will on the right. So
I don't begrudge her at all for being furious. I can't even imagine where my headspace.
Picture you have Anna. Guys, you have leftists have murder.
So guys, I smash Anna Kasparian. Guys, these chicks that have this type of like prissy, she's a control freak, right? Chicks like this are absolute demons in the sack.
But would you leave the lights on?
What's that? Oh yeah, dude, man,
Or would you would you do your patented escape?
Oh no, guys! Oh no! It would be the whole experience, dude. This chick right here, man, he'd be like, "Hey, yo, Jesus, you might want to turn around up there, cause it's finna get real nasty down here." Guys, put a 1 if you smash one of these woke, I have to put on this kind of strong, educated woman business type chick. These are usually like lawyers, doctors, researchers, college professors. Guys, these chicks are absolute demons in the sack.
Solomon Grundy's got it.
Where is it? Hold on.
Solomon Grundy. He pulled it.
Here we go.
The thing is I remember this picture circulating around of Charlie Kirk. He was debating the incoming president of the Oxford Union, and they were all smiles and handshakes. And by the next day, this guy was saying the most insane.
Diesel. This is why you don't give her your real name. You don't let her know where you live. You smash, right? And guys, once again, you don't let her know where you live. You take the condom with you. And guys, I'm telling you.
Who is this guy? I don't know.
I throw the smoke bomb, dude. I'm telling you, she can't chop the ding off.
Flush the condom too.
You see Diesel jump through the window, jump off the fire escape, and land in the Batmobile.
What works for me is what's your name? Me? Oh, Snowboard Joe.
Sometimes they call me Snowboard Ho.
Look at that.
Rhetoric about how he basically had it coming. So how many of these leftists have murderous intent? When we show up to
Guys, this is a president of the Cambridge Union, and look at how he's dressed. Look at that.
Conversation with them. We show up to debate our views. We show up to in some way engage with them. How many of them have seething murderous intent behind their eyes, and they don't really want to do any of that?
Pyro, what's up, dude?
They really want you dead. And that is the biggest demonstration of that, by the way, in that one single picture. You have Anna Kasparian here, and she's talking about this. The Young Turks called Charlie Kirk a fascist how many times? The Young Turks played into this rhetoric how much? They went out of their way.
Now, guys, what did Andrew Wilson just say? He said the Young Turks have been calling him a fascist. Okay, he said Anna Kasparian, but then he said the Young Turks. She's gonna say, well, I never personally called him that. But he's saying, well, your boss, that bumbly, fat, dumpy moron, right, was calling him that the whole time. So she's trying to say, are you trying to say I called him that, right?
How dare you?
But he just said the Young Turks.
To do so. Reuben recently called him out for doing it. So
I've never called him a
hang on.
I've
I
literally
didn't
never.
interrupt
I
you.
don't
I
even
didn't
call
interrupt
Trump a
you once.
fascist.
I didn't interrupt you once, lady.
But
You'll
you
have a
can't
chance
make
to
things
talk.
up about what I've said about
You
Charlie
can talk
Kirk.
when I'm done talking, like I was respectful enough to let you do. So the thing is like, yes, they did.
Anna needs to be hit in the face, and she's going to become a conservative, and she's actually going to love it.
Guys, because part of her is almost there, guys.
She's going to be LARPing as a Russian soon.
Yeah, almost there, guys.
Yeah.
Because of the crime in LA and all this other stuff. And guys, plus, okay, this is what their strategy was, right? Guys, answer in the chat, how cooked was left-wing media after this election? Because, guys, you know and I know, left-wing YouTube, Instagram, social media, CNN, MSNBC, they were like, Orange Man's cooked. And, guys, it was a landslide victory. The way that the election went, it looked like an 80s Mike Tyson fight. You know what I'm saying, dude? Orange Man kicked the crap out of Knucklehead Harris. Guys, that's why Pac-Man and all these idiots lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers. No one watches MSNBC. No one watches CNN. The view is cooked, right? So the Young Turk said, pivot, and said, well, Anna, you're going to be now the moderate, maybe on the somewhat right conservative person, so that we don't lose, so that we can cause controversy and try and keep some of our audience. And then Knucklehead Uyghur is gonna still lean into the woke politics part, and they're gonna try and do the whole good cop, bad cop thing. That's what she's trying to do, and we can see through it because I think that she's actually almost there, because I don't think that she planned for the pushback that she would get when she tried to play this role. Now everyone's calling her a pick-me and a fascist and all this other stuff. So
Kirk does do that, and these leftists do that, and they set all the rhetoric up in the world to make sure something like this happened, and they were dancing on the grave of this guy before he was even cold. I have tweets from Destiny which are insane. The leftists have gone off the reservation. And it's time for us to stop pretending that it's not their rhetoric which is leading to these types of assassinations, because it is. I don't want to hear about factions. All of you guys are doing this. All of you guys have the same type of rhetoric which leads to this, or the networks you work for do.
It's true.
Well, Anna, let me let you respond to that before I bring Cornell.
I've never called him. I have never called Charlie Kirk a fascist, number one. In fact, if anything, we have received a tremendous amount. I don't remember Trump. I don't remember Cenk calling Charlie Kirk a fascist.
You've been banned. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked.
Oh my God.
Led astray.
No, he probably called them a schmozzy and stuff. He probably actually called them something worse.
Yeah,
like all the time. Cenk is garbage.
Guys, you guys remember Karen Strawn?
No.
She was the short-haired white lady that was like super into men's rights, like back in like 2011, 2012. She's still around, but you guys don't remember her? She was giving all these talks and everything because she had sons, like her husband's sons, and she was like all in on like basically what we would say red pill, but she was doing interviews and all types of stuff. She was doing talking events and being protested and all that. When Cenk interviewed her and he was like, "You're just this and that," just didn't even let her talk. That's the first time that I ever saw that idiot, right? And then the second time is when him and Jesse Lee Peterson were, they had Jesse Lee Peterson on their show in like 2009, and Jesse Lee Peterson was being himself, and he's just like not reacting to that dunderhead, So
in fact, Cenk and I got into a debate about whether or not. Hold on. I don't remember Cenk calling Charlie Kirk a fascist.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
He called
Very
Trump
evasive.
a fascist, and he and I got into a debate about that. But to lump in everyone on the left together, I don't agree with Destiny on anything these days. Destiny is totally unhinged in his rhetoric, 100%. I have been critical of Charlie Kirk's political views, but going around referring to people as Nazis, turning the temperature up, I did not engage in that. So I just want you to at least be
Yeah,
fair
right.
about
Okay.
what I've
Yeah,
actually said.
there's no actual reason for us to believe leftists at this point. It's very clear that while they come out with a handshake and wanting to have these
I'm not a
conversations,
leftist.
they claim
I'm not a leftist.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Yeah,
right.
But you won't admit you're on the right after we're right. The
Facts,
best thing that could happen, because she's kind of slowly coming around. Just that her whole brand, she's not humble enough to say, hey, you know what, I was crazy before. You know, I was saying a bunch of nonsense, but now I've really had my mind changed. The best thing that could happen to her is she needs some like Eastern European guy to just slap her in the face.
But here's the thing, Snowboard.
And she will be humbled.
If she were to become a conservative,
It's going to kill her brand.
No. But people would actually accept her over here.
Yeah,
guys. OF chicks are out there in the church, right? I think that conservatives would actually take in anarchist experience seriously. You know what I'm saying?
I have no problem with
reality,
it.
what they're doing is
her doing that is admitting, like, hey, you know what? You guys have irrefutable points, and I can't argue with it.
Yeah,
and it keeps me safer, and that's what she
guys,
cares about.
Guys, we'll get to the part where knucklehead Cornel West storms off the podcast, and then we'll get to Destiny. Okay.
Have murderous intent, and they'll celebrate you the day that you die. The next day they'll go after your wife. Thousands of social media accounts going after her wife, or this guy's wife, after she made a speech about her poor husband. Yes, it is your side that's doing that. Like it or not, it's your side that's doing that. There's no equivalency between the right and the left on this.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Okay, fine. You're not a leftist. I'm sorry. Are you on the left wing? Are you a Democrat? Are you more of a Democrat than you are a Republican? Do you move towards those types of
I'm
issues?
not a Democrat. I actually registered as an independent.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Fine. You registered as an independent.
Come on, you gotta at least know what my views are if you're going to attack me.
All right, let me bring in. All right, let me bring in.
I've been attacked by the left over the last 3 years.
All right, let me bring in.
No.
Look.
I've been attacked by the left. No. Let me just at least address that. I've been attacked viciously by leftists over the last 3 years because of the fact that I want to engage in this type of dialogue, because of the fact I was willing to sit down.
Oh, cry about it. A little
down
more.
With Charlie Kirk and with Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro. I'm willing to have conversations, and I don't go around labeling people as fascist and racist and Nazis just because I disagree with them.
Just the organization you work for does?
At least understand
Just the
what my
organization
political
you work
views
for
are.
does?
Listen, I'm not going to be blamed for what
Listen,
everyone in
guys dive, duck, dip, dodge, and dodge, right?
Yep.
That company has to say, anyone in that company has to say,
The
I'm
head
an
of that
individual.
company?
We are supposed
The
to
head of
judge
that
people
company, your
based
co-host?
on
Come on.
individuals. He did
I
not
am
go
judging
around
you. I'm
calling
judging,
Charlie
I'm
Kirk
judging
a fascist
you
and a
and saying
Nazi.
that you don't have good reasoning skills. If it's the case that you think, oh my
No,
God,
I'm judging
you can't
you
be
for
calling
being
people.
Dude, think about an insult that is. You just don't have good reasoning skills. It's like one of the most polite ways to completely disrespect a person's intelligence.
So simple-minded that
He's
you're
reason
not.
retarded.
I know it's not.
Does all the time.
Why are you making that up? You're just making
Because
it up. You're just making it
your
up.
boss-
We're
your
all
boss
the
has
same.
many
That's how
times.
simple-minded
Your boss has
you
many
are.
times.
You're all
It's not
the same.
simple-minded
Okay,
to
then
point
everyone
out the
on the
truth.
right is just like Dylan
And
Roof.
you really don't want a piece of Andrew Wilson.
All right, let me
Simple-minded that
bring
is.
in. I want to bring in Cornel West. I want to bring in Cornel West. I want to bring in Cornel.
Nothing good's gonna come from this dumbass's mouth.
And
Nothing.
Pierce Morgan has kind of been killing it because he just lets people argue and he stays out of the way. So he's actually kind of become. He's starting to say like, "Hey, the only thing I can do is grift. I'm still going to present as being sort of a leftist.
Yep.
But as long as I get right wing people on and just shut up and let them speak and or like argue." Look at how many times we've been watching Pierce Morgan's show, and it ain't because of him. It's not because of him. It's because of his legacy media name.
He has Andrew Wilson on there, and every time Andrew Wilson's on there, you see him rubbing his hands. Yeah, because every time Andrew's on here, he goes viral.
He's making
Yeah,
money.
at least 3-4 viral clips off that are getting tens of millions of views.
Was that you, AJ, or was it a different feed I was watching where Andrew Wilson was tearing Cenk a new a-hole and Cenk could not escape?
Yeah. We can go over that one.
Okay. I couldn't remember where I saw it, but it was beautiful because he was crawling up the walls. He and Andrew Wilson was just tearing him apart.
Yep. Just completely destroying. As Andrew Wilson, he you can't bait him. He doesn't react to personal attacks. And once again, if you try and get him, he'll just get you 10 times worse. Like just the easiest way to handle Andrew Wilson is just try and stick to the arguments. Then you might lose, but you won't get embarrassed.
Cornell, come in now. He's been waiting very patiently. Cornell, welcome back to Uncensored, where things are getting incendiary quite quickly. I think the overriding point I would make about the debate we've just been hearing between Andrew and Anna is that there is little doubt to me that the constant rhetoric on the left, the woke left, let me be specific to where I think a lot of the blame lies, ever since Donald Trump came into power in 2016, has been this relentless use of the phrases Hitler, Nazis, fascists about Trump and about Trump supporters.
Dehumanizing language. Dehumanizing language is basically saying that Charlie Kirk was not even a person. He was an enemy. He was this. He was that. Blah, 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 blah. Absolutely insane.
Which I know for a fact, like I can't find the clip and prove it, but every now and then I would watch like Young Turks and stuff, and they 100% have trashed Charlie Kirk and probably said worse things than that. They just can't find it. And Anna is starting to realize, like, wait a minute, I actually need to kind of be friendly with these right-wing people, so I'm going to renounce everything I said.
Especially because of the friggin' toxic wasteland that's known as a Democratic Party right now. Guys, honestly, who do the Democrats have? Who? Nobody. And guys, even in the midterm,
Gavin Newsom is about the only person. And what Gavin Newsom's plan is?
Come on, dude.
But Gavin Newsom, what he's doing is actually pretty smart. He's trying to pretend be like Joe Rogan, like, hey, I'm going to have anyone on, have a discussion, and they're going to see, like, I'm just a cool regular. I'm going to, like, humanize myself in a way.
Yeah.
So he is actually doing, he's adapting to, like, new media and stuff. So don't discount Gavin Newsom.
Oh no,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's. I don't like the guy, but
here's the thing: even if he does somehow get the nomination, his track record of everything that's happened in California since he's been governor, he'll get eviscerated. You know what I'm saying? The fires, the crime, all that stuff. Guys.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
And dude, you don't think whoever runs against him is going to be able to just basically pull up a timeline of everything that has happened?
Yeah, but I agree with that. But sometimes they have power in that. It's like, how did Lori Lightfoot keep getting elected and stuff? Sometimes that has its own magic to it.
Yes, but the national stage is something completely different.
Yeah, you're right.
Ask Knucklehead Harris. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Lenny, thanks for the handing out the membership, man.
And the problem with constantly saying this as a group, as the woke left have done for 9 years now, is that eventually it permeates down to young, impressionable minds who genuinely believe that it is their mission to stop America from being taken over by the new Nazis or the new fascists or the new Hitler. And that leads to the kind of thing we saw with Charlie Kirk. Do you agree that this language, this relentless, in my view, woeful misuse, particularly of the word Nazi, towards Trump and his...
That word has a very specific meaning, and people throw it around all the time now.
Supporters. This is part of the problem.
Well, I think part of the deeper problem, though, Brother Pierce, is that the organized greed and weaponized hatred and routinized indifference toward the vulnerable has come together in such a way that it has eroded the sources of character formation, so that integrity, honesty, decency, and self-critical sensibilities.
What the hell are you talking about?
That shit is a 2-pack of Allen. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
I hate guys like him, and then that one Michael Eric Dyson. These guys that always try and do these like long, drawn out, deep, quasi poetic statements all the time. Shut up, dude.
Of individuals and groups is more and more disappearing. So you end up with because hatred itself is promiscuous, just like
304.
What are you talking about, dude?
greed, just like indifference toward the suffering of others. It's promiscuous. It will lie with the left, right, center. It lies with Christians. It lies with Muslims. It lies with Jews. It lies with Buddhists. It lies with Hindus.
Guys, what's the question he asked him? Hey, what are you talking? He hasn't even answered the question.
And human beings were so wretched in the first place. If we don't undergo some kind of spiritual and moral cultivation, we end up falling back on greed and hatred and indifference. And I mean, the American empire, some people are really fucking stupid. This moment is one in which the lethal combination of the hatred.
Look at Andrew shaking his head like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And guys, these are the types of people that are these pro-blacks that like to hear themselves talk. And he's been talking for what 20 seconds? 20 seconds. He hasn't said anything, so he's like a chick. And if you interrupt him, what are you interrupting me for, bro? Guys, these are the types of people I can't stand, because they're the ones who always go to like black people like Pyro, myself, Tim Hicks that have made it, and they're always getting.
We're out here building a new nation for black people. It's time for you to start paying some dues, nigga. I ain't giving you shit.
That's me. I ain't giving you shit.
And the greed and the indifference generates very much the exchange that we just saw. You see, this brother right here says, well, all leftists want to see me dead. Well, I'm a leftist. I don't want to see you dead. I'm a Christian.
You called Trump's administration a neo-fascist movement, you lunatic.
Yes,
let's go.
Absolutely right.
Let's go. You have gone out of your way
let me make the
to
case.
do everything
Let me
possible
make
to
the
cultivate
case.
this.
Let me make the case.
Oh, yeah,
Will you
just
allow
made
me to
your
speak,
case.
brother? Come
You just
on, man.
made your
Come on.
case.
No, you haven't made the case. If you think I've made the case, then you're not interested in dialogue.
You just said this brother
You just talked for a minute and a half straight. You haven't made the case yet. You dunderhead.
You're very, very different than Brother Charlie, man. You're very different than Charlie, though, man. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I can
it's
make
your
the
rhetoric
case
to
for that,
people
too.
like you that got that man killed, sir.
No. There
Yes,
are such a thing as neo-fascists. But Pierce, why you have a brother on who's not going to allow nobody to speak, man? We're just wasting time.
You've been talking for like 2 minutes straight, bro. What are you talking about?
If all you're interested in is making your money, and you bring this brother on it, and nobody can say a word, and we can't even mourn Brother Charlie passing. I had dialogues with Brother Charlie. This brother's going to say, oh, this kumbaya and so forth.
Look at this guy crying.
No,
grown ass
Charlie
man.
was made in the image of a loving and mighty God. I believe that. I say my prayers for Sister Erica and the kids.
Oh my
because
God,
this brother wants
dude!
to
This
trash
guy is
Christian
just
sensibility.
making
And look
stuff
at him
up.
laughing now. It's a joke, man. Pierce, it's not worth it.
Is Charlie Kirk part of the neo-fascist movement?
Not with this brother.
Is he part of your neo-fascist
Not with
movement?
this brother.
Yeah.
When
Run
Charlie
away,
himself says that he is against Civil Rights Act, does that make him a proponent of Jim Crow? When he calls Martin Luther King Jr. an awful human being and a scumbag?
There it is.
I'm critical of that. I am critical of that. You're absolutely right, Brother Wilson. You're absolutely right. But if all you're going to do is be arrogant, you're arrogant just like the so-called leftists you're talking about. But Pierce, you making your money, brother. Go on and make your money, man.
It's not
But
about
this is
making.
not worth it.
Cornell,
this brother
it's not
right
about
here
making
is
money.
part of the problem. This other
He's so old he can't figure out how to turn the Zoom off.
Beta man. This other brother who has a deep connection to Charlie, he's willing to at least listen, but this brother's not willing to
Cornell,
listen.
can you sit down?
I'm gone, man.
I would
I'm
like you
gone.
to
I'm
remain
gone.
part of the
No, no,
debate.
no. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. He's smoking his cigarettes with his arrogant self. Come on, man. We don't have enough dialogue at all.
Surely you're not going to walk out in a debate about dialogue.
More? Go on and make your money, man.
Right. Well, there's a kind of farcical
Beta man.
to quit a debate where we're literally debating about the importance of free speech
Yeah.
and being able to listen to each other's opinions, which seems to me completely insane. Anyway, we've lost Cornell West for now. Maybe we'll get him back.
All right.
Well, Andrew Wilson referred to Destiny's insane tweets
And
a
here
little
he
earlier,
comes.
which were disavowed by Anna Kasparian. Well, Destiny joins us now. Destiny, you've been quite active.
Now, Korg, is it you who said that you have no clue who Destiny is?
Correct.
So, okay, snowboard
Now,
here.
apparently, he's a blue-haired.
Cook with me here, all right? Destiny, he was a guy who would stream video games, right? So that's how he started out. And then he started getting into politics, okay? He started talking about political stuff, and then he's one of those, like, he's kind of like Ben Shapiro, where Ben Shapiro talks really, 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 really fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for so the young people have this thing where they think that if a person speaks really, really quickly, then they must know what they're talking about, right? Which is not true at all. Destiny has been debating people. He's been just like for like the last, I want to say 8 to 10 years. But he doesn't know anything. He's super woke. He was in this open marriage with this chick that friggin' divorced him, and then he had to pay off her bills in Sweden. He's just terrible, dude. He's horrible here.
He takes a ton of Adderall and is pegged all the time.
Yeah,
That's
and
like,
then
kinda like what he
then
is.
he bangs other dudes too. So look,
Lord.
if he,
There's like a rumor that he slobbed Nick Fuentes' knob. I don't know if it's true.
If anything, okay, so like here is his ex-wife, right?
You felt there was something dangerous happening. You're walking down.
We're getting the gun nuts. We're
okay, but who would take the lead in a position like that? There's a reason I'm asking.
I don't know. I actually have no idea. I mean,
just trying to
I
say
have no idea.
that if they're in a dangerous position, she doesn't know if her husband, who was at the time, would actually protect her.
I'm like he's pretty strong. He goes to the gym and stuff now. I'm a very like strong person. I've done jujitsu. Like I like guns.
Yeah, but you're not as strong as Destiny.
I think we're.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Destiny is a weak bastard.
Yeah.
For a woman,
but
but
like
he's
we
a man,
do, there's
so-
some lifts that we do that are pretty similar. In like
Yeah,
at the
he's
gym
still a
and stuff,
man
yeah.
though. So by virtue of
Of course,
being
like
a man,
he can't get stronger than me, obviously.
but even now, like, and I understand.
Yeah, of course,
Destiny's not a
I
bodybuilder,
think,
but
I think I think that we both have had experience. Like I did like military stuff
It
when I
doesn't
was
matter.
in Sweden, so like I
You
do
still
pretty like
punch you in the face.
masculine things. So I feel like we would probably be both like checking on
That's
things. If yeah,
Destiny, I'm talking to you out there. If somebody comes,
You guys
somebody
watch.
comes to the house. If you're
Hold on. Okay, this is her getting cooked by Myra.
I don't think there's any stats out there that's saying that the open relationship one-sided and the marriages are the ones that last the longest. I don't think that's. I don't think that's true.
But there is a multitude of data that demonstrates that women are hardwired to be attracted to men that are pre-selected.
I think women are attracted to people that are passionate.
Yeah,
the lie detector determined that was a
they're
lie.
attracted to men that are passionate. But you're missing.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, again,
There's more to
women
that.
end at 10. They don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That guy can be passionate, fantastic, if he's tall, if he's charming, if he has the money
correct.
together, he's in shape, he's good looking, he has a
some
nice
money.
smile, he's funny, her
No,
mom
guys,
likes him. Like all these.
This sums Destiny up in one clip. You guys, this is a lot of cringe. I'm warning you guys. Korg, do you need to know anything else about this guy?
Did you watch the Clint Eastwood movie? where he was the old guy and his wife passed away.
Gran Torino.
Was it
Gran
El Camino? Gran Torino. Yeah, remember when he was sitting on his front porch and he was muttering to himself and shaking his head? That's what I just did.
Guys, yeah. Red Doors, Destiny's the ultimate loser. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the super chat button, hit the join button. You can hit the StreamYard link if you want to call in. There's nothing good comes out of Destiny's mouth, and it's even funny because Destiny even almost got red pilled because of his divorce, because he had to pay a bunch of money to his ex-wife. So you don't hear him talk about relationships or marriage or any of that anymore, because he got cooked. And somehow Destiny has smashed some decent hot chicks. You know?
He has, yeah.
But I think it's just A, he has money, B, he has status.
Well, it's the status of it.
Yeah.
And he is trying to be like a virtue signal. Like, he can get chicks on the left, basically. A right wing chick ain't doing nothing with this guy, no matter what his status is. They still see him as he is. So he does have a lot of prominence. He is kind of entertaining to watch because you just kind of like are annoyed by him.
He crashes
You're oddly
out
annoyed by
and
him. You kind of like watching him in a strange way. At least I used to. But I think he's a simp. He's a weakling. He's like a pale vampire. You're gonna find out this guy is like an energy vampire of some sort.
Yeah, he's everything wrong with like millennials and Gen Z and just men, like young men in general. Destiny is all that put into one. But I mean, the only thing that I think is decent about him is his work ethic, because he's been constantly working and doing stuff online for like 16 years. You know what I'm saying?
He does have a good work ethic, and you know what? One thing he actually was kind of pretty logical about was Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, that's true.
Destiny actually was being like, you know, a normal person then. For that one thing, but never forget and same with Anna Kasparian, they're gonna have to become a grifter.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if they get crazy. Like, you're gonna see Destiny with the AR-15 in the background saying,
"Oh, he already does."
Now, like,
so he already has guns in his background. He already does. But what I'm saying is, they are trying to be part of the party that's constantly trying to kick you out of it.
Yeah.
On the left, you say one perceived thing wrong, and they kick you out. So there we go.
On social media since Charlie Kirk's death, when Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin, you responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Haber's tweet ordering people to fly their flags a half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect. And you then posted yesterday, ending every conservative debate call out I do in 2026 with "Don't dodge, bro." That's not what Charlie would have wanted.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Demon, man. He's a demon. Because what else do you call someone that's this moronic, right?
I mean, do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side. We are 10 years into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think
that, guys, right?
Beta!
There you go. Guys, he thinks that this is going to be his, like, ha-ha moment, and he just looks like an absolute clown.
I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term.
Look at that. I told you guys, he's a clown. He's an absolute clown.
Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. All of the recent political violence that's happened in this country over the past 20 years, the majority of it, the overwhelming majority of it, everybody gets mad because they keep asking Grok about it, has been conservative.
Who shot Charlie Kirk?
A guy from Utah who was raised in a Christian family, who was a 22-year-old
guy
white
described
dude. He wasn't
Destiny.
trans. He
No,
didn't have
Destiny.
a trans girlfriend. He didn't have any trans
Right.
influences.
Yes, he
didn't have any
did.
trans bullets.
Yes,
I'm
he
sorry,
did.
you guys were wrong on all of that.
To be clear, the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, has made it clear that their investigation has now established that he had been radicalized by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this.
Oops. Didn't like that, did you, Destiny, you absolute dunderhead?
Beta! That's just
I'm sorry. Excuse me. When?
Yesterday, he said that.
No. When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college?
I don't know when he was radicalized, but
It doesn't take long, does it? Guys, do you guys know how many people that I've seen, like even back when I was in high school, in college, how many girls that I see would come into college as a freshman, and after their first semester, they're bathed in patchouli and have white girl dreadlocks and nose rings.
Yeah,
because it only takes a couple months. People can be influenced really, 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 really quickly. You know?
Yeah, particularly women too, because they're gonna say
fact.
like, "Oh, well, this is what all the other chicks are doing."
Yeah.
So it's just easier if I just do what they like. That's half the reason Taylor Swift is so famous, is because of that mindset a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, if I just like the stuff that everyone else does, I'm like in with them. I'm cool. How are we going to have disagreements if we like some of the same things? So you got to remember, women are sheep a ton of the time. Most people are sheep, but women in particular are huge. So that's part of being the sheep in that scenario, is just like, hey, I'm just going to do what everyone else around me is doing. That's why they're not out there saying, hey, I'm religious, I'm a virgin, I'm doing everything the opposite.
And they're just huge now anyways.
Yeah. They're horrendously big.
No, I do know the very reasonable sounding.
Oh man, sorry, that was horrible of me. I shouldn't have said that.
Guys, drop a like on the stream, dude. Guys, hit the super chat button, hit the like button. Guys, we actually might close in on 21K here by the end of the week, guys. That would be
holy crap!
Insane.
Wow,
I know, dude.
Nice,
dude, man. We're gonna ride this thing straight to the moon, guys.
2 or 3 weeks ago, I was like, yeah, maybe by like Christmas you'll have like 20K, and now it's like 2 weeks later you have like basically over that.
Yeah, look at that.
Good.
Guys.
People like Utah. People like real engaged dialogue too.
Well, I also think that that people, it's at guys, the YouTube always dies down in the summertime, right? But now summer's gonna be over, so October, November, December, January, February are gonna be pretty busy. So once again, all you guys that are mods in the chat and mods in the Discord, guys, I need you to do your thing. I try and check the Discord, guys. We have a lot of channels in the Discord, you know. Razor said 50K by Thanksgiving. We'll see, you know. But guys, once again, I think we have a good system figured out, guys. We are going to make a couple things like once again have a couple of regular panel members. You know what I'm saying? To talk about different topics. I really want, guys. I want you money, guys. I want to plan a live stream with all you guys, and then anyone who's self-employed, like Snowboard, the rest of you guys. I want you guys to come on, because I think that starting a business, it's almost like, you know how like medical school or law school, people talk about it, but they don't know what goes into it. But they say like once you have a lawyer or a doctor in the family, you are more likely to have more lawyers and doctors in the family. I think that if you have a person that owns their own business around you, you're more likely to start your own business. You know what I mean?
Owning your own business or being like a real entrepreneur is a very manly thing to do because you have to be a risk taker.
Yeah,
and say like, you know what, I'm gonna run into stuff that's a pain that I like I had my wood chipper like have an issue the other day. I had to spend like the whole day fixing that. And that's something, if you worked at a company or something, you wouldn't ever have to do that. And those things really test you, but it's usually kind of a manly thing to say, like, you know what, I'm actually losing money just spending time like fixing this. So
here's the thing. It's
important.
It's the most basically masculine thing that you can do. And that you having your own company, snowboard, you eat what you catch. You're hunting opportunities. You're out there on the plains with a sharpened stick, taking out prey. But that's what you're doing with your job.
If I don't work, any trees to cut,
you don't eat.
Yeah.
Facts. Yep. So I want to have a live stream and maybe have like a series of streams about money where you can talk about investing, real estate, self-employment, or even like the best fields for like, guys that are like 19, 20, 21 to get into, or even guys that are in their 30s and 40s who want to switch careers. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. I know there's a lot of you guys out there who you're sitting outside the office of your workplace in the morning, just like, why do I have to go into this place? So let me just start again.
Has made
no,
it
it's
clear
not true.
that the
he hasn't made it
you may
clear.
not want
He
to
said
hear
this
this.
is an ongoing investigation.
You may not want to hear it, Destiny. But the reality is the investigators, according to the government.
You guys know Destiny hates Andrew Wilson. Destiny dodges and avoids Andrew Wilson because he's got cooked every time that Andrew Wilson and Destiny have been in person, have been anywhere. Destiny gets cooked because his little tactics don't work on Andrew Wilson.
Yeah,
he
can
have a stab.
Destiny argues kind of like a chick where he can just like he tries to like dominate the conversation, but in a very feminine, kind of gay way. Andrew Wilson, once he sees Destiny blabbering about all this stuff, you can just sit there and light up a cigarette and be like, "Yeah, we'll go back to what I really said." And like,
"Are you done?"
Exactly.
Stop spurting and answer my question.
Destiny and a Kasparian to a degree.
Yeah,
they're good at being like a filibuster.
Yeah.
That's what that Connell West guy was trying to do, was filibuster. And it's like they're talking using all these important words, but it's like, what are you actually saying?
Yeah.
Like, prove me wrong, and what I'm saying is what I'm asking you to do.
Sure. Yep.
That he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now, let me just ask you.
That's just not true.
Let me just
There's
ask
no
you.
way to deal with it.
Okay,
You're living in a
accusing the
delusional
governor of
fantasy.
lying.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. But if it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States.
Look at that, guys. Look at that right there.
Can go on air and say all of us need to calm down.
So you won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why would you expect anybody, Destiny?
You can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why can't
Can
Trump
you
go on
answer
TV
this
and say,
question?
all of us should be less violent.
Why do you
can't
think
Trump say that?
Why do you
Why
think
is your behavior contingent on Donald Trump?
Insane right now.
Why do you
is
think?
your
No, let me
behavior
ask a
contingent
question.
on Donald Trump?
Let me ask a question.
Because he's the president of the United States of America and the leader of the opposing political party.
Destiny. Let me
you
just.
have a huge audience of young men who
I'm a
listen to
YouTuber
everything you have to
who
say.
has more
So
young
when
men
you,
following
it
him.
doesn't
Who
matter.
has
You have a
more young-
huge
it doesn't
audience,
matter.
and because
This
of
is
the
the
fact that
world
you have a
I'm
huge
living in,
audience,
and
you
your
have
brain
a
has been
responsibility
broken by
to
online
not turn.
rhetoric.
No,
And
it
your
hasn't.
brain
It
has
hasn't been
been
broken. I
destroyed
actually care
because
about the
people
country
bullied you on
and want to bring
Twitter.
people together. You do
Then
the
you should tell
opposite.
Donald
You
Trump to
represent
tell
the
people
worst
to
of us,
be
Destiny.
less
You're
violent.
embarrassing.
You should tell
You're
Donald.
embarrassing.
All right, let me ask Destiny a question.
Watch how easy this
No,
is.
hang on.
If
Don't all
Donald Trump
shout
would've
at
come out
once,
and say-
please.
If Donald Trump would have come out and
Destiny,
say, "Hey, we should all be less violent,"
Destiny,
I have no problem saying.
I have one
absolutely.
question for you,
Why
Destiny.
can't conservatives do that? Why
Destiny,
can't conservatives do that?
Destiny, I have a question for you. Why do you think in your campaign for everyone to dial down the temperature, why do you think that mocking the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk when she posts an image of her at the coffin side, why do you think that constitutes turning down the temperature?
That's a good question, isn't it, guys? Guys, that's how stupid that Destiny is that Piers Morgan is dunking on him. Like, how pathetic do you have to be?
Can't turn down the temperature on your own. The president of the United States is
inflame
not
the temperature.
able.
You're
to,
mocking
no,
his
it's
widow.
already inflamed.
You're
What are you
mocking his
talking
widow.
about? We've had multiple political assassinations over the past year. What do you mean?
Shut up.
Up the temperature.
Why did you mock his widow?
Online because
Why did you mock his widow?
Because she's being used as a political weapon right now
Wow.
for conservatives to continue their fight. What do you mean? Wow, she's literally doing.
Her husband just got
ads
murdered
on email. Yeah, and she's using it to drive up recruitment for
and
a
you
political
can't even
movement.
condemn the murder. You won't
The
condemn
president
it.
can't even tell his side
You're
to
so
turn the temperature
deranged
down.
about Trump.
See how
you
Destiny's
cannot condemn the
being
murder
It's such a
because you're
joke,
waiting
and
for
you guys
Donald
sit here
Trump to
and
say
make money
something.
off of it.
Say again, Snowboard.
I said, see how Destiny is being a complete chick/gay guy right
Yeah.
now, and everything he's doing. He thinks if he speaks first or like abundantly and quickly, that somehow negates the point Pierce Morgan is making in this scenario. So whoever's asked, it's a way to deflect the question and kind of take some power away from it in a way, because you're just babbling all the time. He can't just go through and answer these. That's where Andrew Wilson is kind of good, because he's going to just say a simple, like, small statement and hold them to that over and over and over again. So right now he's worming his way out of stuff.
He's talking just to talk. He's not answering questions, and he's not stopping and listening to what the question is.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that's why with Gen Z or even some millennials, younger, for whatever reason,
Yes.
they value that. That's why he's wicked popular, man. For some reason, they think that is like dominant. The most sound made is dominating the most, therefore they're right.
Yeah,
that's
or the
kind of
most
how
words,
they're
or the
rating
most words that are machine gunned out wins.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Ah,
He's kind of like a rapper for them. He's like being like Eminem. But seriously, that is actually kind of what's occurring here, because he does this. He's has a big online presence, but a lot of times he's actually not like saying anything. He's just doing this like panicking, acting like a chick and gay guy, because that's like what he is.
Yeah.
Right, and like I've said for the folks in the chat, if the person you're debating has to sink down to calling names or even hitting you if you're both within physical proximity of each other, that just means they lost the debate.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
It's
All right, let me
crazy
bring in
to me that
Jack.
Republicans can't
Let me
do
bring
it.
in.
I'm not this play. I'll be right back.
Bring in
What a
Jack
joke of the
Posobiec.
world.
I gotta
And
say,
there's still no answer to that question, Piers. You can't say
Which question?
Why can't Donald Trump simply go on TV and say we all need to turn it down,
Fine.
like Biden could, like Obama could,
Fine.
like the Clintons could, like Kamala could? Why
Fine.
not?
Why can't you condemn the murder of
See,
Charlie
it's
Kirk?
unbelievable. I'm not the president.
Why
of the United
can't
States.
you
answer that
condemn
question.
the
It's
murder of Charlie Kirk?
Unbelievable to me.
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because it wasn't my side that caused it. It should be
Yes,
the
it
one
was.
that is driving up
It
the
actually
rhetoric.
was your side that caused it. It was your side.
This guy was raised in a white
He was
Christian
a
household,
radicalized
in a Christian
leftist
state.
ideology.
He wasn't radicalized by leftism at all. You have no proof of that whatsoever.
That's what
Just
the
like one that killed
investigators are
Melissa
saying.
was
Look how
a conservative,
Anna's
just
getting
like the people that
annoyed.
fired Shapiro's house was a conservative, just like all the J6ers were
Who's not a
conservative, just like the Proud
conservative, was
Boys
a
were conservative.
pro-Palestinian activist
Every
out of
single one of
Harrisburg.
every single one of these people. Oh, it's Jack Posobiec, what, the author of Unhuman, another person that Charlie's part of. Good one, dude.
But I'll give you one last chance, Destiny, to condemn the murder of Charlie
So what
Kirk.
did Destiny say?
Why can't I hear
the
Donald
past
Trump
45
condemn violence
seconds?
against
All
women?
right, you won't
Goddamn.
condemn it. Okay, we've
I
all
can't hear it.
heard.
That's insane
We've
to
all
me.
heard you
But he
repeatedly
deflected, like,
refuse to
9
condemn.
I
it.
heard Donald Trump refuse to condemn
Jack
it too. But for some
Posobiec.
reason, the leftists on YouTube are a bigger deal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, what's incredible is you don't have the basic humanity to condemn
You got to
it.
remember,
You'd
too,
rather
the thing
taunt
is,
his widow.
Destiny
I
is
find
kind
that
of
sickening.
allowed to run
Jack
his mouth.
Posobiec.
I find it
He gets
sickening that when
a
people
lot
are
of
getting
views
killed in the
and stuff.
country, the president of the United States on
And that
Fox
does
and Friends, where
hold
they're
some
begging
power.
him. What do you say to your followers that want revenge? He says, I don't know. All the elections are rigged. It's the radical Democrats. That's insane to me. And then the fixation is, well, who on Twitter and YouTube isn't condemning the violence?
All right, Jack
Piers,
Posobiec.
you have a great example here of the type of cancer I'm talking about, where when you present direct information, they refuse, they obfuscate, they refute, they say it's not true, they lie. You could see from the bullet casings, you could see from postings, you could see from everything out there that it's very clear what happened here. This is the same people who supported President Trump almost getting assassinated twice last year, Corey Capatore being assassinated
By
last year
conservatives.
in a situation. Again, see, just lies. That's all they do. They talk over. They don't even let you give a chance to speak. And something needs to be done, Piers. Something absolutely needs to be done. This ideology should be shamed, humiliated, driven from the public discourse. I mean, you've got people who have completely dissociated with humanity because all they care about are clicks and YouTube streams and likes. Go to the casket. Go to the gravesite. Go talk to the widow. I don't even know how to discuss this with someone who's completely lost all touch with reality.
Yeah, I mean, Anna.
What's Jack's answer?
Damn. Damn. How does he really feel, right? Look at that.
So why can't the president say we should all be less violent?
Right.
Jesse, what does it have to do with anything?
Because you can't even condemn the cold-blooded
Because I
execution
can't.
of Charlie
Donald Trump
Kirk.
turns on
I don't
Destiny
think
on
you're in the
YouTube,
position
and he
to
says, "I
demand
wonder what
anything from
Destiny's saying
anybody.
on
See,
YouTube."
this is
That's how I'm gonna
exactly
take
what
my,
he
You're not in any
does.
position.
It's just
Yeah,
babble.
Guys,
He just
guys,
babble.
one.
Like Pierce Morgan has
Put a
asked
one.
him that like 7 times.
Yeah.
And,
Put a
and
one
he's just
if
taking
you
up so much
agree
time.
that this idiot argues like a chick. That he acts like a chick. That's why he blows dudes, right? I mean, come on.
To condemn anybody for anything. You won't condemn a cold-blooded murder.
Of the United States.
That's why he always has a mouthful.
There's what I call the destiny conundrum, right? He's a liberal dweeb bi loser, but dude, I mean, I wouldn't want to trade places with him because I don't want to blow dudes, but like his roster of women is impressive. I got to give him credit.
It is because he's getting left-leaning chicks, and he has here's another reason. The only reason Destiny is able to babble like a chick like this right now, he gives you a lot of views because he has built up his brand and has a lot of viewership and stuff. So it actually has some power.
I think that Destiny's unlocked the cheat code where you just gotta talk like a liberal guy and deal with all these crazy chicks on a bunch of SSRIs.
Yeah.
What? I think he might be on to something.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you know what? The thing about Destiny, he's really been able to succeed in the internet space.
Here's the thing. So what you got to do is go to first off. You got to get through dinner and say, free the P country in the sandbox, and Transformers,
Woman, hear me roar, and numbers too big to ignore.
And then what you got to do is you got to go to when you get back to her house, because you don't want her to know where you live, but you get back to her house and you got to check her medicine cabinet. Herpes medicine, no. PrEP, no. But freaking Prozac, you're in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any other SSRIs, man, you're good to go. According
you
to
give them 2 stiff drinks and it becomes Hozac, and you just start.
Guys, drop the like on the stream. I appreciate that.
If you see Hozempic in there, they were fat, and now they're just gonna start going on a 304 spree. That's gonna be a new thing. Thou who does Hozempic will become Ho afterward because they're skinnier. They didn't have to do anything, so they're gonna say, "Oh, now I can do this more."
Yeah. You have to have the trifecta, guys. You have to have the trifecta. Pumpkin spice lattes, Ozempic, and SSRIs, man. They have those three in.
Yeah. You add in a little bit of alcohol, and it's done.
Yep, that's true.
He's the president of the United States. No one here can answer that question.
Basic
Why Donald
humanity
Trump-
says
why
the murder
Donald Trump,
was
the president,
horrific.
Can't say
Why can't
all
you
of
say
us need
it?
to be less violent.
Why can't you
Democrats
say
have been
it,
saying
Destiny?
for over a decade.
To say
Democrats have
the
been saying it for over
murder
a
was
decade.
horrific and
Why
unacceptable.
can't Donald Trump say it?
You
Why-
can't do
why
it,
does no
can
one
you?
hear any words for Donald Trump?
All right,
What
Anarchist
do you have for
Baron.
Donald Trump? Nothing exactly.
Anarchist Baron. To me, this is what I'm talking about. That I think there is an element of the left, the hard woke left, that have completely lost their minds. If you are not able to just outright simply condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk, and if you cannot stop yourself from mocking his grieving widow, you are sick, as I've just seen from Destiny. It's a
sick thing
mindset.
is weaponizing a widow's grief to try to do recruitment for your political party. That's probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. She's showing up in emails for recruitment
What
drives
would
for
you
TP
expect,
USA.
though, Destiny?
24
What
What
would
would
you
I
think
expect
the
for somebody whose
assassination
husband
of
was
a
just
political
killed? I
figure
would
would
say you
do?
There it is. Look at that. Hey man, Doug, thanks for the membership, man. Appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that.
What did you think the outcome was going to be? What did you think the outcome was? And
hold
by
on,
the
I'm
way,
sorry, are you asking
really,
me for the pragmatic
your
political outcome, or are you
behavior?
asking
Hold
me
on.
for-
Let me. Hey,
Are you
how
asking a
about
question,
take it
so I
easy
didn't
on
know
the
it was rhetorical.
Adderall? Take it easy.
What did I tell you before? What did I tell you before? And you know what? Anna blaming that, it takes one to know one, ho. She's done that racket for years.
Yeah.
And, man, and I'm just gonna say it. I would put Anna Kasparian through the mattress, dude, straight up.
Yeah, but that's what she needs, Doug. She needs to be. Chank isn't getting it done. She needs to be like hit across the face when orgasming, and she's gonna turn into like a complete right-wing Russian freak. She'll actually be much hotter. She can pull that look off.
Did you see pictures of her before she had her nose job?
No.
Bro, her nose was a parking spot. Like, honestly, dude, you can park your car on that bad boy before she got nose surgery, bro.
Let's see. Hold on.
Seriously.
Hold on. Hold on, let's get a bigger picture here. Oh yeah. Whoa! Look at that!
Oh my God!
Look
Wow!
at the schnoz on that chick, dude.
Wow.
Look at that. Man, oh man.
Oh my God!
That's some surgery. Wow.
That did a lot. I'm not gonna lie, that helps like a lot.
Look at that. Yeah, I mean, it made her face look better. Obviously,
It did.
so
I think,
guess it
yeah.
worked, but yeah, man.
But yeah, Anna needs to be shoved through like a wall or a mattress, and she
Look at
will
that.
start to go right wing.
Yeah, she's not a bad looking chick. Obviously, it's just when she talks, you know.
Yeah.
So
They just had to take
But
a
she's
hammer
also
and a-
been on Adderall for the past 8
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It takes one to know one. That's why she's saying that to him.
Yep.
They just had to take a jackhammer to that nose of hers.
All right, you must have been really bullied today.
My
I guess.
behavior,
Anna speak, please.
my behavior is
Do you
not.
think they called it a rhinoplasty surgery?
Anna goes scorched earth here. Here it comes. Watch.
Someone's gonna have a heart attack over there. Hey guys, you know what's funny, guys? This is one of the best things about being a guy. Guys, hold on. Let's cook here. Have you ever been in a setting where like you're one of the only guys there, or maybe there's like a girlfriend that you had, and it's just you and her, whatever, and like you make yourself laugh, and you're laughing, and all the chicks there are looking at you funny, and you're like, screw you guys wouldn't know funny if it bit you in the ass. Guys can make ourselves laugh. We can come up with something that's so hilarious, especially when we say it out loud.
Yeah.
We start laughing, and it's hilarious. The girls are like, that's not funny. I guess it is. If that's not funny, then I don't know what is. What are you talking about? So
Reliant on how anyone else behaves. Every morning I wake up and I make decisions about how I choose to react or respond to things. I don't wake up in the morning, check what Donald Trump has to say, and then base my own personal behavior on his behavior.
That's your
I
entire
agree with
brand
you
for the
in
past
that
10
it would be
years.
very helpful to have the leader of this country want to turn the temperature down. And he hasn't done that. I agree with you on that. But that doesn't change the way I choose to respond to what's going on. The idea of mocking a woman who is now a widow with 2 young children who witnessed her husband get shot in the neck and bleed out to death. How can you mock that? What is wrong with you? I just don't understand it. That's it. I don't understand it. I don't understand you, Destiny. You have so much hatred in your heart, and at the same time,
it's such a simple thing. If you're going to
hateful.
weaponize somebody's grief against the other party, well, then of course people have a right to fight
Destiny
back against it. I think.
Look at
I've,
that.
I've sucked dick lisp.
Yeah, he does.
Honestly, look,
he does.
him
He's
talk.
like a woman.
Yeah.
And I was saying in the beginning, what's one of the first things that I said, like when we were trying to explain Destiny to Korg? I said, what? He takes a ton of Adderall, and I bet he gets pegged like all the time.
Yeah,
100%.
In whatever way she wants. But when that grief is going to be weaponized to do recruitment, political recruitment, and further radicalization of the other side, then of course you not only have the ability to mock it, I think you have the obligation to mock it. It's insane.
Let me understand. Let me understand your argument. So since others are using her grief to politically recruit,
You're gonna
you
talk
think
about
that
her.
it's okay to mock her specifically?
Since others
How does
are
that make
using her
any
grief,
sense?
she's the one who gave a 17-minute speech on TV where she talked about good versus evil. She's the one showing up in
Destiny, let me
TPUSA
explain,
ads to
let
1
me
or 2
explain
days
something
after.
to you. If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why.
See how he's looking away because he knows he's wrong. Do you see how like Anna's looking directly in the screen? He's looking everywhere, but that's that Adderall, dude. You know?
Yeah.
She's
You
angry
see how
and
his
why
mic
she said
is like the
things that she
size of a
said.
chode?
Okay, you need
That's
to
what he
understand
likes.
being a human is what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with, that you chose to raise children with, a person who was violently and viciously assassinated like that. This is why I've moved
That's fine.
away
And when
from
something
identifying
because
as
you
a
got bullied online. It's so funny. It's so funny that you just don't exclusively beat about
regret it at all.
That's great.
I also had a conversation with Jack Posobiec on her take. It was awesome.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Jack,
what
the guy
democracy is about. Having an exchange of ideas.
All right, let me bring in. Let me bring
I don't
in.
agree with him on everything, but at least we can have dialogue.
Anna, you're completely right, by the way. Anna is completely right.
Didn't it?
And the irony of Charlie Kirk is that he led the way.
And he's drinking Red Bull, guys.
To debate
Guys, Red Bull and Adderall.
People who hated him, and he would try and have
And he's sitting on a vibrating butt.
College students.
Unlike you, Destiny. Let me bring Andrew Wilson in.
So do you.
Let me bring in Andrew Wilson.
So do you. You beat up on college students. You go on a college tour. You're going on a college tour right now to beat up on college students. What are you talking about, Destiny? That's what you're doing right this second, is going on a college tour to go beat up on college students. By the way, can I just ask you a question?
I don't exclusively beat up on college.
Can you
I don't exclusively do it. Okay, Charlie Kirk did that, but I don't exclusively do it. What a liar. That's what a hypocrite, right?
Can you actually answer? Hang on, calm down. I just got one question. I got one question for you, and I want you to actually answer it. Are you glad Charlie Kirk is dead?
No, I don't think anybody in this country should be dying to political violence. It's insane. The past 5 years in this country has been crazy. But the reality is, until conservatives,
so then why did you say that to your co-host that Trump deserved a bullet? Why did you tell him that?
Until conservatives have to say, hey, we all need to be less violent, there's no purpose in Democrats doing it, because every time Democrats disavow, you further entrench your guys' delusional beliefs that all the violence is coming on the left. Donald Trump can go on TV. He can say, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. They can go on Parler and say, we heard you. They can go to the Capitol and break in and try to insurrect. They can get convicted in front of a jury, and then Donald Trump can pardon them, and we can come out and go, hey, guys, why aren't Democrats disavowing violence? And pretend that the problem is coming from the left. Democrats do a disservice to this country by disavowing violence constantly when the president of the United States
Let me respond quickly.
And say, all of us need to be less violent.
Destiny. So the thing is, why did you say to your co-host that the bullet was for Trump? Why did you say to your co-host that the best place for the bullet was Trump? Why did you say that?
Why did Donald Trump call
It's a whataboutism. Whataboutism. I'm asking you a question.
Whataboutism.
I can't be a whataboutism if it's my question, Destiny.
Why won't Donald Trump
answer the question?
Right, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this before I cut mics?
Because you don't care.
Destiny,
you don't care that Kirk's
Destiny, allow Andrew to repeat his question and let him ask the question. Then you answer it. Okay, Andrew.
No, I want to hear the other side first.
Let him ask the question.
Donald Trump.
Let him ask the question, Destiny, and then you answer it. Andrew.
Destiny told his co-host when asked point blank if he wanted the bullet to kill Trump, that the worst thing that could have happened was the bullet missing. He said this to Pisco. I watched it. Okay. This guy's an obfuscation machine. And if you know what else, Destiny, why should we believe you? I think you are glad Kirk is dead. And all of your tweets seem to prove that. And you would have been happy if Trump was assassinated. You've made that very clear. So why not just be truthful for once in your fucking life and say the truth, that you don't care that Kirk is dead and you're actually probably glad he is. Isn't that really what's true?
I don't want anybody in this country to die to political violence. I don't think in the United States of America that should be happening. I don't know why it's so hard for the president to say the same. I think it'd be the easiest thing in the world as a president. Biden did it for 4 years. That's why everything was way cooler when he was here, like in terms of temperature. The Clintons have no problem saying it. Barack Obama has no problem saying it. Kamala Harris has come out and said it. Every Democratic lawmaker and leader has basically come out and said it. But for some reason on the Republican side, it's just civil war, civil war, civil war. And the Republican president of the United States, who has presided over more violence politically in this country, more large protests than any president in all of U.S. history, for some reason can't bring himself to say, all of us need to calm down. And
so did Trump deserve the bullet?
To say it.
Did Trump deserve the bullet?
This is all you care about are the political hit jobs.
Just answer the question, bro. Did Trump deserve the bullet?
Did Donald Trump
did he deserve the bullet
on his side ever? Did Donald Trump
answer the question? Did Trump deserve the bullet?
You can't answer the question. We're here to play.
And there you go, guys. And this is why Destiny's a moron and he's getting cooked. Because he can't. Because he straight up said that Orange Man should have got.
No, bro, it's my turn to ask the question. It's your turn to answer. Did Trump deserve the bullet?
Did Trump disavow violence in this country ever?
Did he deserve the bullet? Yes, he's disavowed violence. But again, I just did. Now your turn. Now your turn. It's your turn. Did Trump deserve the bullet?
I never said that. No, I never said that. No.
Okay, except you did to your co-host.
No, I didn't. Oh, wait. When did Donald Trump disavow? Wait. When did Donald Trump disavow violence in this country?
Your co-host, you lying sack of shit. If he wanted to kill Trump, the worst thing that could have happened
Donald Trump
was his bullet missing.
Violence.
And that's what you said.
And this is,
bro.
Yeah. And this is where when you're putting YouTubers and tweeters on the same level as the president of the United States, this is why conservatives are absolutely brain broken when it comes to violence in this country. And that's why it'll continue.
But he's calling someone brain broken.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Carlos X, yes, he is a coward.
Destiny. Maybe it'll be me at the
Destiny.
Next time.
Well, Destiny.
Destiny. I'm going to turn around and be like, I can't believe it. What's going on? What's happening here?
Okay, Destiny. If you care so much about political violence in America, why don't you lead the way yourself without mentioning anybody else? Why don't you, Destiny, right now just outright condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because we've been doing that for a decade. One side can't turn down the temperature. If Donald Trump can't, then the left shouldn't until he does.
Got it. Okay, you don't want to do it.
Need accountability for their actions. They need some responsibility for the insanity.
He had it coming,
even though you've taken on yourself. Let me bring in Jack Posobiec.
We absolutely.
All right, that's enough, Destiny. I'll bring in Jack Posobiec.
Yeah,
Jack.
Okay. Nice. Both sides it.
Jack.
All right, let's skip ahead to
what is your response to this?
I mean, Piers, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, this type of ideology where you've got someone who's willing to mock Erica, who's been standing strong for her family, for her children, who's just, she will never be able to grow old with Charlie. She will never be able to be with them again, have more children, to have grandchildren, to have those memories, to raise them. It's all gone. Every single moment of that future that they had was gone because someone fired a bullet at Charlie Kirk that said, "Hey, fascist, catch." And now you have people celebrating it. And when you ask people
That's
about
not even
it,
the
they
bullet
say,
that was fired. How are you lying about this?
Shut up, Destiny.
Holy
shut
shit.
up.
You're so shameless, dude. Oh my God.
Hey, hold
not the
on.
right bullet. You're such a.
Who is that guy between Andrew and Piers?
I think this is one of the turning point guys.
Yeah, because he was friends with Charlie Kirk.
So my observation, and again, this is for the younger guys in the chat. This is a gentleman who legitimately can convey his point in a nice, clear manner. He keeps his voice low, and he's a measured pace, and he's communicating his ideas clearly.
Yeah.
Versus the clown at the very end who blah 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 like a freaking chicken. That's how you debate.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Just want to
This
point
stuff's
that
a
out.
piece of shit. Holy fuck.
What a pedantic
Are we?
point. What a
Are we
It's not
even going to do
pedantic.
this?
This guy's a fucking professional
It's total
liar.
pedantry. It's total
Epic
pedantry.
based.
Total
This guy
pedantry.
probably
I
I would like to let
Jesus.
Jack. I would like to let Jack finish his point, please.
Yeah,
and
it's just
and
rant
they'll
here,
claim there's no leftist connection. They'll claim there's no there and then go so far as to lie and say there's some kind of Christian conservative connection when you could see the writing on the bullet casings. And so these are very common symbols associated, whatever. The point is, right, it should be very, very clear. Are we connected with our humanity or are we not? And some people are willing to do that. Anna's been willing to do that. We've done shows together. They've been fine. They've been good. We've jousted. We've done the back and forth. Destin and I in the past have had shows together where before he kind of took this turn, and you think there are people who can just be willing to stand up for humanity.
Jack, it reminds me a bit of the journey I've gone on, very different circumstances, but the Israel-Hamas war. The reason I asked everybody on the stand that I felt repulsed.
A fight
You're
on
mocking
one
a
end.
widow.
You cannot choose for your opponent not to fight you.
Fine.
If Republicans
You mocked
won't
a
turn
grieving
down
widow.
the rhetoric, then who cares? Donald Trump
Who
shouldn't have
cares?
used the rhetoric that led her to be
Who
killed.
cares?
2 days before she
Who
died,
cares that
Donald
you
Trump
mocked
tweeted
a grieving
pictures.
widow?
This is all, it's just virtue signaling.
There
You
it
guys
is.
don't give a
Who
fuck. You
cares?
guys are excited about it. You guys love it.
How is
You
it?
love
How
the
is it that you
violence.
said this
You
guy
love the
can't possibly be a
conflict. It's
leftist?
exciting to you. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
No.
How
this
is
isn't
it that you
exciting.
said this guy can't be a
This isn't
leftist
good.
because he grew up in a white Christian household when you grew up in a white Christian household by your own admission just now and you're a fucking leftist, Destiny?
Look at that.
Explain that
36
to me.
years old. This guy was 22 and he lived at
What
home
does that have to do with
basically his entire
anything?
life.
What does that have to do with
Because I
anything?
had 20 years to separate myself from my parents' ideology. I didn't live with them still. Jesus.
So 6 months, 1 year, 20 years? Why does it matter how long it took to separate? You just got to say it was impossible. And you yourself are a leftist who grew up in a Christian conservative household, dude. You're the worst hypocrite I've ever seen.
Hold on.
You're the
I'm
worst
sorry.
hypocrite.
You think that a 22-year-old has as much time to separate himself from the ideology that he
does
grew
it
up with
matter?
as a 36-year-old?
Didn't say
Yeah,
it.
you just made
It's
the
a
comparison,
pedantic,
dipshit.
stupid
Of course
point.
you did. It's not
Let me
pedantic.
ask
I made the comparison.
You're absolutely
That
on the
forcing me
subject.
radicalized.
What a
Look at
stupid
you.
point.
Let me
You're the
jump
most
in.
radicalized
Let me
fucking
jump in. Let me jump in. Let me ask Jack. Jack, you know the Kirk family well. You've been around the Kirk family, I think, since this is appalling murder has happened. When you hear Destiny saying, who cares about the fact that he openly, publicly mocked Erica Kirk, a grieving widow, within literally a day or two of
Look
her
at that,
husband
guys.
being murdered?
What a scumbag.
How does that make you feel as a friend of the family?
It's very angry, Piers, and here's the thing is she's seeing all of it. She's going to see all of it. Her kids are going to watch this video one day. It's just, that's sort of the nature of reality now. They will see all of this and they will see the reaction. And I just hope that those of us who knew Charlie, worked with Charlie, who knew Charlie beyond the, TikToks and short videos can also be there for those kids as they grow up to let them know who their dad was.
And kids are going to grow up and watch old episodes of Piers Morgan uncensored. How performative is this? Is everybody here? Did we all get like a script before
So why are you there, you dunderhead? How are you going to mock the platform that you're on?
Show what?
They watch a lot of old episodes of the
so
JFK.
embarrassing. You make the left look so
Jesus.
bad, and you don't even realize it. You are
My God.
seriously so embarrassing.
Okay, yeah.
God.
You can talk to your best friend.
You really
Glenn
are.
Beck
I
about
mean,
it
like,
later,
you-
and have
do you
another
feel-
30-minute conversation about Anna.
Maybe I
Talk more about
will.
how
Maybe
the
I will talk to
wokies
Glenn
on-
Beck about
on
it.
Twitter
Is
are
that
bullying you about
ooh?
it.
Is that naughty? Is it
How many
naughty to have
conversations have you had with
people across
Nick,
the aisle?
bro? You had more conversation with Nick than anyone.
So mean. Oh no, not the meanies on Twitter.
How many more lawsuits are you going to face from
with
women
Nick
that you
Fuentes?
allegedly secretly
Like, what do you
recorded during intimate moments, Destiny? I can't believe anyone
are you
takes you
se- are
seriously.
you really?
You're
You wanna
disgusting.
pull out Twitter?
You're
You wanna pull out
embarrassing,
Twitter rumors
and
now?
you should
Yeah,
be
keep going on
shunned
it.
from
Yep.
public life with
Keep
your
playing it.
disgusting
My God,
treatment
I can't
of all
believe you
sorts
got
of
bullied
people,
so hard
including
on
young
Twitter. This is what you've
left-wing
become.
girls, women
You're turning
that you
more
victimize
blonde right now
allegedly.
in the window. You're
yeah,
so,
that's who
you're
you
like
are.
2 shades away from
You're
being a
embarrassing.
Anna.
You
Keep
embarrass the
going.
left.
You gotta
You're the
go
type.
If you see, if you go back before Anna goes off, you can see her contemplating, like, am I gonna say this? Because she's talking about his allegations against him.
Yeah.
He won't shut up. So she did a pause, and you can see her kind of look up, like, I'm gonna say it, and then she just said it and lit him up. You fucking scumbag.
No,
The
go get
person
some
who
lip
pushes
filler in there.
people
You got
away
it,
from
dude.
the
You're
left.
so close,
Make
Anna.
sure you understand that.
Mhm.
You're
Yep.
embarrassing. There's no morality with you. There's no grounding
Absolutely
values.
not.
There's
Of
no
course
principles.
not. Yeah.
All you want is attention, 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 attention. That's all you
Absolutely.
want.
Yeah, that, of
That's
course.
all
Well,
you
you
want.
and Jen talk
Endless
about how
attention.
9/11 was
Say
caused by the
disgusting,
Jews, and you have
provocative
another
garbage.
another
that you
friendly
want
conversation with
attention.
another
Yeah.
mainstream conservative commentator about how you're such a leftist, but those people on Twitter are so mean.
Having a debate or dialogue doesn't automatically mean that you agree with everything they have to say. It means you're coming
No, it's
together
when you sit down and you
you're
agree with
exchanging
everything they have to
ideas
say.
and
Then you agree with
debating
everything they
them.
have to say.
No, I don't agree with everything they have to
You
say.
do.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, you do.
I
Of
don't
course
agree
you
with
do. What
everything
do you
they have
mean?
to say. But I'm
When
an
you
adult.
sit down and
I
all
can
of your
sit down and
criticisms
have a
are for
mature
the
debate
left,
or
and you have
conversation.
no disagreements about anything on the right, yeah, that's called
I do have
agreement. is usually what we
criticisms for the
call it.
left. I have tons of criticisms for the right. Tons of criticisms. I'm obviously
they don't seem to come out
pro-choice,
much
for
when you're
instance.
talking to
I
your
obviously
conservative
have a
friends.
huge
Oh, the big guns,
problem
yeah.
with the unending, unmitigated support for Israel, regardless of the genocide they're engaging in. I have all sorts of disagreements with the right. That doesn't mean I'm going to dehumanize them and cheer on the slaughter of my fellow Americans because we have disagreements on politics. You're
I wish
embarrassing.
anybody here had the same energy for the president of the United States, but that's good. I'm glad you guys are focused where it really counts on Twitter and
Dude,
YouTube,
you
which
have
is where the
like
conservatives want you to be
TDS,
focused
like
on, you know?
you are like the prototype of
TDS, yeah, there it
it's
comes, yeah.
unbelievable.
The
You wake
TDS,
up every
yes.
morning and you decide your
Yes,
behavior is going
true.
to hinge on Trump.
Tell me
Who
more about
are
the
you as
dancing
an individual?
Israelis and
God,
Building
have
7
a little bit
and
of
how
humanity.
the Jews all knew about 9/11
You're a
and they all want us to go to war
sociopath.
in the
You're
Middle East. Yeah, of course.
sociopath.
I'm
Let me
a
bring
sociopath.
Look at Piers Morgan. Excellent. As he hears those checks getting cashed,
I
right?
said the Jews
Let me bring
behind
in Jack
9/11,
again.
not
Let me-
once. Don't make things up. You just
all the or will
And what social
all the way back to 2012, 2010, when it was really getting going. They used to pretty much the main things that were banned or would get taken down or get accounts banned were posting of direct addresses of people's or doxing or posting direct threats to violence. And so I think there needs to be that line set of this is acceptable discourse. This is a back and forth, but the idea that a direct call for violence should be banned, I think that's something that I would support.
Andrew, what do you feel about the social media aspect of all this? Do you think that it is culpable to a degree in the surging toxicity of debate about these things?
Look, social media is a tool. And what social media has done right now is it's allowed us to get a glimpse into leftist ideology, finally. Yeah. And we get to see the insane madness that was always there. And the fact of the matter is that, here on the panel right this second, you have a guy who celebrated a multitude of these types of things, including telling his co-host that basically Trump, the worst place that the assassin could have put the bullet was anywhere other than Trump. I mean, I got the clip of him doing it. And so the thing is like, what we've noted now, these people are glad. They're glad. They're happy. They love it. I go on TikTok all the time and I debate with these people. It's very clear that leftists are glad that this happened and that they're going to do everything they can to promote more of it. And we're supposed to base our behavior on what the president does or doesn't say. What, like if I had Biden derangement syndrome, I couldn't still come out and condemn political violence? Of course I could. But the thing is
I'm
that
just curious. Anybody have any words for the fact that Charlie Kirk said that Biden should have been executed?
Leftists collectively can't seem to do that, though. I don't know why they can't seem to do that.
No, that was fine when Charlie Kirk said that.
Anna, I want to mention something to you, which I was going to talk to Cornel West
Charlie
about.
Kirk was a moderate. He was more moderate than a local electrician.
Yeah, nice pivot.
He was more moderate than a local electrician, and you know that.
He said he wanted to see Biden.
You have debated with the worst, and I've seen you do it. You know,
Biden executed. Okay, give me a fucking break.
No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. He said if you violate criminality in criminal laws, then that will be the case.
All right, I want to ask Anna.
There's not what's performative. What's performative?
Wait, so I say, oh well, I think that guy was a criminal, therefore the execution is okay. Somehow that makes everything fine with no investigation, no criminal charges.
You say all the time that your political opponent should be in jail and highest extent of the law. You say it all the time. What are you talking about?
Sorry, no, that's Donald
saying
Trump.
the word performative doesn't mean anything.
Cooked, guys. He's getting cooked.
National Guard right now.
Oh, it's just performative.
Investigations into every
that's just
political
performative.
I want to bring Anna back in. I want to bring Anna back in.
Performative.
Okay, I want to bring Anna back in because the president-elect of the Oxford Union, probably the most premier debating society in the world. I've done it several times myself. George Aberonye reportedly posted several. He didn't reportedly. He did post several comments in a WhatsApp group, appearing to celebrate the murder of Charlie Kirk. One said, Charlie Kirk got shot. Let's fucking go. Another one was, I think, LOL. This guy is going to be the president of the Oxford Union Debating Society. And yet he is celebrating the murder of somebody he literally debated himself in the Oxford Union in May. I found that terrifying. I mean, he shouldn't still be in the job because how can you possibly be the head of a debating society when you think the way to debate with people is murder them if they don't agree with you? But again, the gleeful celebration. This is supposedly one of the brightest students in Britain. President of the new Oxford Union Debating Society.
He can't be that bright if he's not considering what a political assassination could potentially lead to. Because where does this end?
Yeah.
And that's like one of my biggest issues with a portion of the left. Their inability to see past the current moment, right? You're celebrating it, but what's the long-term goal here? Is the long-term goal to just have to descend to an environment of endless political assassinations and violence? And if we're going to have the left go up against the right in terms of violence.
Yeah, the right's got a lot more guns, guys.
In terms of bloodshed, in terms of shootings. I don't know. I would just venture to say that the right is probably going to do a better job in, taking people out than the left is. This is just a really disgusting, sick ideology, and we need to move away from it. And again, I want to emphasize your personal behavior, the way you choose to behave and respond to things on a day-to-day basis has an impact. Okay, be the change you want to see in the world.
Blah, blah, blah. You guys get it, though, right? Destiny's a scumbag, right? Andrew Wilson cooked them. Guys, every single person on this panel dunked on Destiny. He basically just went on this channel just to get owned. You guy's an idiot. The complete idiot. But guys, I'm gonna shut this bad boy down. Guys, any closing words? Actually, here, Korg. Now that you have a better idea of Destiny, what do you think of this loser?
Clown. That's all I can say. Complete clown.
What an absolute dunderhead. Guys, Thursday, guys, we'll be live. Guys, there's a former feminist who got her gender studies degree 20 years ago, and her entire platform is warning women and college students not to study gender studies because it's useless. That's her whole platform, guys. She was like, I got bamboozled, right? So we'll go over that. And then Sunday, guys, we'll do whatever special. If it's 21K, 22K, hey, guys, we'll do the 18, 19, 20, 21K special on Sunday. So that guys, thanks for all your support, guys. Once again, I appreciate you guys. We kind of struck goals here with everything we're doing. Guys, we're gonna keep this thing going. On the 21K, on the 30K, 40K, 50K. So yeah, guys, thanks, guys. We're kicking ass out here. So bye, guys.
Have a good one. See ya.